out at the Red River Gorge. I had a opportunity to get out for a night and do the Oxeer Ridge Loop. So I'm out here doing that and got to see Courthouse Rock today and Double Arch and put in a few miles and had some fun. Just set up camp for the night and I am out to try a tarp setup that I'm going to be using on some Appalachian Trail section hikes this year, and wanted to give it a shot with some different attachment styles and things like that for the bathtub floor, and then some mosquito netting. And I am done setting it up, but I'm going to take you through it kind of just step by step of what I was doing when I first got here and was putting this together and just kind of trying to figure it out, so you can see how everything fits together and kind of some thoughts on it and some of the stuff that I'm going to be using this year. So let me get that set up. All right, so this is going to be the first time I'm putting the bathtub in here with this new attachment system. So I'll show you what that looks like, but bear with me, it may take just a second. I might just speed this up so we can get through it, but we'll get it done. Okay, so I've definitely got a little bit more messing around with it to do to get it tightened up, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and set up my sleeping pad and get my gear and stuff in there. So that's at least done, and then I can mess around with how tight or whatever the little shock cords are. So basically what I've done is added a piece of shock cord with a mitten hook and a cord lock, and then I just kind of did a lark's head around that loop on the inside of the tarp. I guess that's not gonna, I don't know if that's gonna focus or not, but anyway, so that leaves this hook available at this end so that I could hook in the Nano net. So that's why I did it that way. And then on the centers, I have this one just wrapped around my trekking pole, and then I put an extra mitten hook on there so that I could just kind of tuck the Nano net into that mitten hook, and I put an extra mitten hook on the back center as well, and got that tied out to the center guy out. So yeah, until it has anything in it, it definitely blows around a little bit, and probably don't really need the poly cryo underneath it, but I don't know, it's pretty rocky up here, so I thought it might be a good idea to just throw it under there, keep the sand off of it, I guess. I don't know, first time using it, kind of just thought to keep it clean, I guess. Oh well, we'll see. Let me get some gear set up in there and I'll be back. We'll set up the Nano net on it and see how that works. All right, got all the gear kind of set up in there, and I think, yeah, it made a difference. It definitely helped to hold the bathtub down in place and kind of keep it from blowing around, which made it look like it has a little more uniformity, so that's nice. Definitely still gonna have to kind of play with how it, I think I'm gonna mess with how it attaches in the back corners, and just make that maybe rigid, and then only do the shock cord attachments on the front and then in the center. I don't know, I just feel like kind of can't get it close enough with the, maybe I just need to tighten it up a little bit more. I'm gonna keep playing with it, and I'll be back in a little bit. We'll set that net, the Nano net up inside it, see how that works out with the modifications I've made to it. All right, now here's a look with the Nano net all pitched up inside. It's gonna take a little bit more adjustment to get it right, but basically this is the gist of it. You can see I got that attached to the mitten hook, and then I added a small patch in there, reinforced on the inside and out with just a loop, and I made that out of that patch is, I want to say, 1 ounce per square yard Cuban. I think that's right. And so I've got it attached at each corner that same way, and then here that spare mitten hook the extra mitten hook I attached right there, just kind of gathers up the extra material. And then at that end I have it connected as well, and didn't really know how much with the sloping angle of the Nano on one side. Since it's asymmetrical, I didn't know how it was going to attach on that side, or how well it was going to do. So I went ahead and just put a very long piece of shock cord on there so that I had all the adjustment that I would need. And I think I could go even shorter than that, actually. And then on the other end, to try and make up for the kind of crazy foot end, I added another really small Cuban patch there, and then put a grosgrain loop, and basically all I did was attach that on the seam and kind of brought the Nano net down towards the foot end about 5 or 6 inches. So kind of evened it up, but that gives a ton more room inside the Nano net, and I think I'm happy with it. Definitely, yeah, I'm gonna adjust it and play with it a little bit more. That goes without saying. I'm gonna check out this end right here and just make sure that there's enough net to tuck under my sleeping pad to make a good seal on that head end. But yeah, I think I'm pleased with it. So I've gotten a ton of questions about how I made and attached and how much material I used to make the storm doors for this pocket tarp, and I just wanted to take a couple of seconds here and go over that real quick, just to maybe answer some of the questions. So I made these two doors out of 54-inch by 54-inch square, so 1.5 yards of the .51 Cuban, and then they overlapped in the center here, and then so I brought it down at an angle, and then it comes out. Now with that 54-inch piece, I was short of making it all the way to the end, which that was definitely something I wanted to do. So with some of the extra material from a different part of that 54-inch by 54-inch piece, I cut out a triangle, made it a little oversized so that I could do a French felded seam here, and then that French feld seam is reinforced with some tape on the inside, and then that allowed me to bring the corner all the way out. And I want to say this is about 3.5 inches, or maybe just a hair more than that. Looks like I didn't need to trim that little string there, but anyways, yeah. And then the doors are attached with a French feld seam as well, and then taped on the inside for waterproofness. So it appears that that's the same seam that Zpacks uses when they attached this section of the pocket tarp material. So I feel like it's a good strong seam. I've used it on homemade hammock tarps and things like that for years, so I think it'll be good. It's worked well so far. There's one other thing I wanted to mention, something else that I'm trying out. I was talking with Joe from Zpacks, and he said I should really try using the double hook apparatus that they use on the duplex. So I picked one of those up, and it's got a Line Lock 3 on it, and it's just kind of sewn into a piece of grosgrain there, and then brought it down, just kind of put it around my front guy line. And I've been using this free hook from Dutch, and had that on a pressic so it would slide up and down, and then once you got it locked in place, it stayed tight. So I've been working or using that for a while, and I'm giving the double hook apparatus a try this week too, So we'll see how that works. So far I like it. I definitely like that each door has its own hook, so you don't have to, or well, you don't accidentally unhook both of them when you're trying to only unhook one. So that's nice. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the box below. Otherwise, thank you very much.